Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Honestly speaking, I'm just gonna get started. But honestly, I'm in disbelief that I'm recording this much, and honestly, I'm enjoying it. So I hope you guys are too. And by the view counts, I think you guys are. And this is the most I have recorded in the space of a week and since the beginning of the channel. And I'm I have exams upcoming, and I'm still doing this because I really want to be successful. But that's a story for another day, as is the case with most of the things I say on this channel. So today's video, it's a video that I feel a bit passionate about in my uh, uh, because it's about Manchester City, the club who I support. And I have, over the last couple of days, noticed a lot of people like call out Manchester City, if you would like, and it's frustrating, and it is. And while some of it is justified, I'm not denying that. There's no doubt anybody can deny that. Some of the criticism we get as a club is justified. There are a few things I would like to address, and the big topic in this video, as I'm sure you've probably guessed by now, or probably read on the title by now, is: are Manchester City given too much hate by the media? Well, let's delve into it. Now, this is a friendly warning. Uh, no, I'll do this at the end of the video. It'll make more sense. Without further ado, let's actually get started. Now, there are a couple of reasons why they're hated so much, but there are two that I mainly want to focus on. And one of them is how much they spend. Manchester City has spent a whopping 777 million uh, on their squad, only a couple, like almost 50 million ahead of Paris Saint-Germain, who for some reason don't get the same amount of hate, which is something they get that hate, but they don't because they don't play in the Premier League. And another reason, it's Pep Guardiola. Now, there was always hate for Manchester City, I think, by all clubs. But since Pep has come, there have been a few, and I know who those few are because some of those few are my friends. And there have been a few who have called Pep a fraud. And even as a supporter of Pep, I've also not called him a fraud, but doubted some of his decisions. But I think these two pictures, one of which is from a Manchester City football channel, by the way, if I'm not wrong, Blue Moon Rising TV, Pep the fraud. I will address all of this in the next section. And the other one is from Football Daily, who are a very well known and respected channel. And as you can clearly see, the media and they think Pep is a fraud, whether it be in the Champions League or whether it be in the Premier League. And I have a couple of arguments to make about Manchester City and Pep Guardiola and whether some of this is justifiable or not. A full disclaimer, like I said at the start of the video, of course, some of the hate Manchester City get is fully justified. Nobody is going to deny that some of the hate that they get, it is justified. Yes, they spend a lot of money, and yes, they should not be ace in the league. But there are also counter arguments to the money that they spend, and there are reasons why they deserve some respect. And this pissed me off. This topic pisses me off that they don't get the respect they deserve, because people really have short memories in football, don't they? They really forget how good Manchester City are and were, even for people who think they're not good anymore. I don't mean to call out people, if you would like. Manchester City got 198 points in 2 seasons, winning the Premier League in 2 of those. So, one of which with 100 points, the highest ever tally in Premier League history, and the other one eclipsing a Liverpool side who, since that start of the season to the end of since that start of the season to the end of last season, were arguably the best club in the world. And they eclipsed that Liverpool side. They beat Liverpool at Etihad to win, which almost effectively won them the Premier League in the 2018-19 season. And there, these are these arguments that people make that they spend. Yes, they spend, but they succeed. I'm not one to take shots at Chelsea. I'm not, and I just made a video about Chelsea a couple of hours ago. But I think Chelsea fans are very well seeing that it's all fun and well to say Pep is a checkbook manager. What exactly is Frank Lampard doing this season? 250 million he spent. Where are Chelsea in the Premier League? Where are Chelsea in the Premier League? They're fifth, right? And and there's a full disclosure about Manchester City's position, by the way, when I'm gonna because I will be comparing them. Manchester City have played 2 games less. People are really not looking into them. Oh, they're eighth. They're eighth. If they win those 2 games, they're 1 point behind Liverpool and Man United. What type of? Why are people not understanding that? I don't get it. It boggles my mind how much disrespect. They would be third in the Premier League. They would be third. And yes, they've been bad. They've not bad, but they've been poor since the start of the season. But they're picking up form, and they're still not getting the respect. I know a couple of Man United fans who are saying, "Oh, we're second, you're eighth." Need I remind you, Man United fans? And I'm gonna get the history comments in this video. Oh, we won 20 league titles. Let's leave that out of the equation. The last time you were top of the league in January was 7 years ago. Or joint top even, sorry. And you're still only 1 point ahead of us. Believe me, the Man United are not going to win every game this season. It's not going to happen. Neither are Liverpool and neither are Man City. But put some respect on their name. It's all fun and games to say, oh, they can spend 200 million every summer and it works. Yeah, well, that's clearly not working. It's not worked for Man United. It's not worked for Chelsea. Why are people not saying anything about that? And people forget, by the way, about Chelsea, that they were also bought by a Russian billionaire in 2004-05. A lot of people tend to forget about that. People keep saying, oh, Man City were bought by Sheikh Mansour. Yes, they were. But if it wasn't for Roman Abramovich, I really don't think Chelsea would be where they are. It was because of Roman Abramovich. They've won all what they've won, and credit to them. But as we've seen in this last window from Frank Lampard, really, it's not always about how much money you spend. What is it? 250 million he spent, right? Yeah. I mean, for Chelsea. Even if Manchester City lose tomorrow to Chelsea, and they still win their next game, they still eclipse Chelsea. So, and of course, they should not be comparing the two teams. Frank Lampard is a new manager, and you gotta give him time, and of course you will. But people keep saying Pep is a checkbook manager. First of all, Pep is a checkbook manager, sure, but he gives you success. He's won domestically everything in the top 3 leagues in world football, everything, including 2 Champions League. While that was a decade ago, people really tend to forget how good that team was. I've seen people call that Barcelona team not made by Pep, by the way. Are you stupid? If that was not made by Pep, I don't know what is made by Pep. And they deserve some respect for the criticism they get, because I'm going to say this now. Manchester City are going to win the Premier League this season. I'm saying this with confidence, and I'm saying this with a bit of ego and a bit of arrogance, and I think it's ego and arrogance that I deserve to have, because I am not a fan of scrolling through Instagram and scrolling through Bleacher Report and scrolling through OneFootball and seeing all this hate that Manchester City get. I don't understand where this hate comes from. What, is it jealousy? Because don't try telling me spending money is going to work, because clearly it hasn't worked for Man United. It clearly hasn't worked for Chelsea. Right now, yes, Man United are ahead of Man City. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not going to be the same come the end of the season. And this video is going to get a lot of hate, and I don't care. I could not care. Enjoy it while it lasts, because I can guarantee you Manchester United are not going to finish ahead of Manchester City in the Premier League. There is no chance Manchester City are going to finish behind Manchester United. And I could come back to this and I could look like an absolute retard. But the fact is, it's not going to happen. And I can't keep going back to, and I can't keep stressing how important this point is. It is all fun and games to say spending money is the way to work. But clearly that's not how simple things are. You think Pep just randomly spends money on on random players? No, 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 no. If you look at the big signings that I can recall in Pep's tenure, let's have a look at all of them. So the big signings were Aymeric Laporte, Joao Cancelo, Kyle Walker, Benjamin Mendy, Alexander Zinchenko, Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez, Gabby Jesus, Ederson, Claudio Bravo, John Stones, Aymeric Laporte, Nathan Ake, Ruben Diaz, and Ferran Torres. Now, tell me out of those, the two or three that aren't successes to me would be Claudio Bravo and possibly Alexander Zinchenko and Ben Mendes, of course. Apart from that, I'm not saying all of them have been world class. Nothing, no doubt they've not. But if you look at the types of players that he's also improved under his tenure, do people not remember how bad Raheem Sterling was when Pep came in? A winger who had the pace of Cristiano Ronaldo and the finishing of Demba, who could pop up with an occasional goal. People really forget, and De Bruyne, an extremely talented player, but he was not playing to the peak of his powers. Pep came in and has made him the best midfielder in the world, alongside probably Bruno right now. And this could come back to bite me within the space of 24 hours. We play Chelsea tomorrow, and I've made a lot of comparisons to Chelsea. And even if Manchester City lose to Chelsea tomorrow, they're still going to win the Premier League. I can hand on heart say Manchester City are going to win the Premier League, and when they do, because believe me, they will. I'll come back to this video, and I think then maybe they'll get a bit more respect, because then that means that apart from Chelsea and Man United, no club would have won more Premier Leagues than Manchester City. So put some respect on their name. And this video is just a bit of a softer ending. This video has a lot of salt in it from me, and I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments because I have friends who are Man United fans who are going to, I hope, watch this video. And just a disclaimer, I have nothing but respect for Manchester United. They're one of the top three biggest clubs in the world, like history-wise, you could say, alongside Barcelona and Real Madrid. I have nothing but respect for them, and I have nothing but respect for a lot of their players. But I would pipe down a little bit. Please, just relax, okay? This is the first time in 7 years you've been second or joined top going into New Year's. Just pipe down a little bit, right? It's been nearly a decade, okay? Just please pipe down a bit. I would ask that. And please do not call Pep a checkbook manager when your club has spent 80 million on a fridge and 91 million on Pogba, who is finally, after 5 years, deciding that, oh yeah, I can't actually play football properly. And Chelsea fans, I don't think there will be too many salty ones because they actually understand the game, and they know Chelsea. I've spoken to Chelsea fans, and they know that it's not as simple as spending 200, 300 million, because that's not how it works. It really isn't. You need to have the right eye, the right players to fit your system. Look at Frank Lampard. He's clearly struggling. And yeah, Chelsea might beat Manchester City tomorrow. They might win 4-0. You never know. But the fact is that Chelsea are still struggling. Chelsea should not be fifth. Really, if you're going to tell me Chelsea are fifth after spending over 250 million on players like Werner, Ziyech, Havertz, on what's his name? Edward Mendy, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva. Really? Is that where Chelsea Football Club are as a club? Well, that's pretty bad, not gonna lie. So, I mean, thank you guys for watching. This is a video I've been wanting to make, and it just popped up to my head, and I was like, you know what? Let's make one. And just look at these photos, and just look closely to the largest photo, where Manchester City are celebrating the Premier League title. Yeah, that's gonna be a familiar thing in 6 months' time. Well, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a relatively long video. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you guys, honestly. At this rate, I don't know. I will catch you guys soon.